Today we're going to do a drawing that the left side of your brain, the talking part of your brain, won't like very much, but the right side, the part that enjoys spatial reasoning, does like. We're going to look at the negative spaces, or the spaces in between things. The part of the brain that likes to label things and use symbols can't deal with all of these negative spaces and shapes. They don't have a label or a symbol to go with it. So it hands off that job to the right side of your brain, the spatial reasoning. Concentrating on negative spaces and showing them well will increase the accuracy of your drawing, because when you draw the spaces in between the thing, and you end up drawing the thing, and it all has to fit together like a puzzle. So if you're drawing this shape here, and this shape here, and this outside shape here, you're going to be left with the inside part, which ends up being the chair. So what happens is, I'm going to kind of eyeball this and see if I can fit the whole thing on my paper, and I'm using the darker pencils, so I don't have a whole lot of room for error. I'm going to go right down that long line, and some of you are going to say, well, that's the shape, that's the thing, and it is, because the negative spaces are touching the positive spaces, the spaces in between. I may not go all the way around the outside of the chair. I haven't decided yet. That could be a mighty long piece to do. Oh, here we go. I'm going to eyeball back and forth, and I'm actually going to come down about part way. I'm eyeballing across here and see. And then I'm going to go back up to the top and go down into the left a little bit. That's about halfway. And then I'm going to jump into the negative spaces, because that's what this drawing is really about. These spaces are sort of odd. I can't label them very well. It's the in-between part of the chair slats. And again, you can't see my head movements because I have to keep moving back and forth and looking. And then I'm going to jump across from here to here. And then I have to eyeball that distance, eyeball this angle, judge that amount of space. Now I'm aiming to see if I can make that line up. Check that angle, it's going up and to the right just a little bit. Okay, now I can compare these two lines. It starts to Okay, there you have it. I drew the chair by drawing all of the parts that were not the chair, and it starts to fit together as a puzzle. Negative space drawing. And then just to emphasize that, I'm going to fill in all of those negative spaces with some shading. And that's going to take a while.